Welcome to another Market Matters weekly video update. Sean, the market got absolutely pulverised today. What's going on?
Yeah, pulverised. It was a sea of red. Everyone knows that. I got a lot of phone calls today from people very concerned. In some sectors, we basically had a crash on our hands, I'm afraid. If you're in the oil sector, if you're long Santos, it's like a crash. Santos is down well over 20% now, almost 25% in fact, in 2 days. October 87, early on in my career, the market fell 20% in 1 day. That's a crash. Oil stocks have been hammered. Iron ore, as we all know, is still falling. The main iron ore stocks today, like Fortescue, down over 10%. And then we had the copper stocks came to the party as well. They're hit very, very hard today. So the whole commodity space is getting hammered. What concerns me is how Australia is embracing this and falling ever so hard. I'll move on to gold in a minute, but every bit of bad news out there, we're embracing it and getting hammered. But what happened last week? Brazil was okay, Canada was okay, the FTSE, they got a fair few commodity stocks in London, they were okay. What do? We fall basically 200 points in 2 trading days, Nick. Pretty ugly. The only thing I can bring that down to is maybe people are really starting to say, okay, Australia's balance of payments looks horrible, the Aussie dollar is going to eventually go down a lot more, we don't need to be in Australia, volumes are not that good, they're not that high. When people try and sell a million BHP, which the institutions would do easily, bang, down she goes. Yep. So okay. Normally the banks would come off with the dollar coming off. They came off about 1% today. That's not too bad. Yep. The banks are holding up. Obviously, interest rate differentials, I mentioned that in this morning's report.
The one that I wanted to ask is I had multiple calls about this today was Regis Resources. You entered in at $1.41 yourself recently. We've had a few clients pick it up in the $1.48, $1.49, and the odd person at $1.50. Closed at $1.29 today. Was actually off less than the likes of Newcrest and your other gold stocks. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that's good. It did get fairly pulverised, but do you think it's overdone? The spot price was only off a couple of percent.
I think that, as I said before, everything's getting caught up in the same downdraft. But this is going to be opportunities. Let's not panic. What do I think of Regis Resources? I didn't buy any more today, but I did not once consider selling. I think it will be, as I said it previously, a good medium-term investment. Okay, I like it. I think it goes up. Do I think it could go down a bit further first? Yes, and that's why I didn't buy any more today. The market is selling everything. It brings me back to my point. Don't forget what I've been saying for a long time. I'm looking for the US to fall 15%. That's 2,500 points on the Dow, first quarter next year. Maybe we're just leading that. Maybe they're going to have a bit of a pullback now. So I'm a little bit concerned about the overall health of the market. I've been liquidating a lot of stocks, getting money into cash. So I am waiting to pick up some bargains. As you all know, I'm not buying any commodity stocks, but I will start buying some more of the gold stocks if they get hammered. Yep. So I'm not panicking. Of course, none of us like to see it down 10 cents. But I started buying around $1.40. It's down at $1.29 today. It looks particularly bad because it got to $1.60 last week. Yeah. But that's only 10 cents down compared to being up 20 cents. So I think take a deep breath. It's not a disaster. Everything's been thrown out today, not just a few gold stocks.
Yeah. And the last thing I thought I'd ask about was Challenger. Now, small downgrade last week. They said they were going to challenge whatever has been put in place. Yeah. Excuse the pun.
Yes.
Now, what are you seeing there? Is that something you'd exit from a trading perspective, or is that something you'd buy more from an investing perspective?
No, I'm not going to buy more, Nick. I'm not happy with it. I mean, it does bring home again, this market is throwing everything out with the bathwater. It was a 5% downgrade, but what it brought home to me was Challenger's revenue stream, its income, even though the annuity income, I quite like the concept of it, it's got a lot of government determination about it. The government, I believe, is in real trouble going forward for the next 5-10 years. Who knows how long a piece of string is, but they are struggling for money. Yeah. So they're not going to be giving a lot away, and they might be taking back some from some areas that people aren't expecting. So overall, I am probably looking to exit Challenger rather than buy any more. Just a matter of picking the level. We saw panic, we saw carnage today. Everything got thrown out as the futures were sold down. Yeah. So I didn't sell it today. Geez, I wish I'd sold it 10 days ago, but we can't turn back the clock. We've got to look forward and look forward to the opportunities. So I do think the big pullback happened in the US. I'm not changing that. I'm concerned that we've started to lead that down and we're not going to get back up for the optimum selling that I was hoping to do before Christmas. I'm not saying we won't do it, but I am concerned. I think there'll be a wall of selling in the oil stocks if they get back to where they were last Wednesday, Thursday. So I can't see our market now getting much above 54.50, and we're under 5,200 now in London. So It is a concern. So I think we have to just all take a deep breath, make sure we've got no leverage positions long. That would be the biggest concern to me if people were leveraged long at these levels. Do not assume a Christmas rally will happen this year. Hopefully it will. Do not assume anything. And keep some ammunition there for opportunities that will happen in this panic. As I said before, I don't think it's oil, iron ore or copper, but I think it will be in gold at some point in time, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for that very insightful update, Sean, on what's been a very tough day.
It has been indeed.